Hello out there. I have another new Kershaw for you today. This one here is the Model 6031, which is also the CQC 11K. And so this one I just, again, picked up from Kershaw Guy. And this one, there are a couple of new Emerson Kershaws coming out. One being the CQC 10K and this one being the 11K. This one I chose because of the handle design, actually, because it's very similar to one of the Emerson knives I already own, because you'll see right next to it here. This is the CQC 14 knife, and you're going to see the handles are almost identical. So when I was browsing the site, I noticed the grip looks almost unchanged. You know, very, very close design copy there, which is super cool. So almost exactly the same size. So I opted to go with this knife here, which has this really cool blade. It's a big skinning blade. The other knife, the 10K, has more of a Bowie knife shape, which is a very sharp, pointy clip point blade. This one, though, is a frame lock, stainless steel frame lock. It is one of the budget Kershaw knives, so it's going to come in a little bit heavier, but also a little bit lesser in price. So this one you're going to get for about 40 bucks shipped. And I think it was $39 at Kershaw Guy's website. So the pocket clip is reversible for left or right hand tip up. The knife did come with extra screws to accommodate the extra length you'll need if you're screwing into the G10 side. So lefties are going to be okay with this knife. It does have the waved opening feature like most Emersons do. I haven't really played with it too much, and this one is still new out of the box, so it's not too smooth yet. So flipping it with some action, it of course opens smoothly. Centering is really good, and the blade is actually appears to be pretty thin. In terms of millimeters, let's measure it. Got about 2.9 millimeters, so almost 3 millimeter thickness. And even though it is a substantial frame lock, it's also a bit thinner than the Emerson liner lock right here. So you can take a look at that there. Has that very distinctive wave feature and thumb disc. So pretty cool. This one comes in the brown G10 like we see here. It's a low traction G10, so it's not going to be as rough as the actual Emerson knife is. I mean, holding them side by side, you can hear that. Not quite the same. This is a much smoother G10 than the Emerson. Much smoother G10 than a cold steel, for instance, as well. Has some nice jimping out by the handle. Very solid feeling in hand. Big 3.5-inch blade. Very sharp out of the box. Let me show you a close-up of the blade here. You can see the writing. This is an 8CR14 MOV blade. Of course, made in China. Nice stone wash, actually. Did pretty good. And then there's the Emerson logo, which of course you also see that skull on the pocket clip. I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish they had just gone with something basic like the actual Emerson knives have. Not sure if those are interchangeable or not, so if aftermarket Emerson clips would fit on this knife, that'd be kind of a good deal. Haven't tried to swap them yet, though. But this one right here, this budget Kershaw, I wanted just to compare it with the actual Emerson here, and then with this other Emerson Kershaw that's come out recently. Well, not recently, this one's been out a while. This is a CQC 4K XL, and the 4K XL is a 4-inch blade. And now this one's been modded. I had a knife maker on Blade Forums mod this one into a double-edged knife, so it has a very pronounced wave feature, and you can see actually where the cut is right there. And so if you want more information on this, just ask. But this one is a 4-inch blade, and this one is a 3.5-inch blade. But overall, the size looks pretty similar. You know, this one's a bit skinnier, a bit more svelte now because of the thinness of the blade. All fits in the handle very nicely. Whereas this one is a beefier folder. Advertised as 5.8 ounces on the website. Let's see if that's accurate. And we're at 5.88 according to my scale, at least. So either way, accurate enough for me. So that's good there. So the only thing I've noticed in using this knife is that it's a little bit harder to open with your thumb. Although I'm sure you'll be using the wave feature. I got to get some really good action. That's probably just because it's new. I'm sure it'll smooth out. but you got to have some serious thumb action in there to get it going. But that being said, lockup is good. You can see the steel frame lock there. Solid. No movement, no play. This is one beefy solid knife. So again, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. The box right here just says CQC 11K. And you know what? One thing that I will mention, though, I bought this from Kershaw Guy. I like buying from him, actually, because a lot of the time when you buy these budget Kershaws, they come in a clamshell pack. Because if you buy them from a Walmart, from a sporting goods store, a Cabela's, they come in the plastic clamshell, which is fine, you know, but it doesn't look as good, in my opinion, as getting it in the box. And Kershaw Guy's a dealer. He generally gets these in boxes. And so if you want a box for your collection, I know most people just toss these, but I save them. I think they're great for collector's value, and even for a budget knife, it's nice to have the box to store the knife in if you wanted to. So that's a big thing too. So Kershaw Guy usually gets his knives in actual boxes, even though I'm sure you're going to see this knife in clamshell packaging as well if you go to a big box retailer. So, and I always want to support smaller dealers as well. So go to Kershaw Guy, get this knife if it interests you. He has this one, he has the 10K as well, and of course a whole other bunch of ZT and Kershaw knives. So pretty cool knife overall. I'll throw in some footage of me trying to wave it out of my pocket, see if that works well at all. I'm sure it will because the design is tried and true. See how it comes out of pocket. But pretty impressive straight out of the box. I do like the brown G10 color. Looks very handsome. Just something I wanted to share with everybody. If you have any questions about this knife, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible. But just thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye.